Well, hello everyone, Derek Stam Toys, and we are back with another action figure review. As you can see, we've got Legend Series 27 Terry Funk. Sadly, just the standard, but you know what? I love the standard just as much as I do the chase when it comes to this opinion here, just because I do love me a nice, good, solid blue gear. Of course, getting into the rest of the figures, I do have two out of this whole wave already reviewed. Getting into the Terry Funk now, well, will we ever get the Billy Gunn? Probably not, I'm not gonna lie. But we do have the Master of Funk U University. I guess you could say that, but I was gonna say the owner of Funk U University, I guess you could say probably one of the better wrestlers out of the early 80s and 90s and stuff like that. Maybe not exactly early 80s. I'm not sure when this man debuted. I wasn't even fucking born yet. I wasn't even a thought in my dad's mind, I'm sure. But, you know, with all that being said, why don't we break Terry Funk out of his plastic prison and we can see what this Legend Series 27 Terry Funk is all about. Alrighty, you guys, now that we've got the Terry Funk all out of his plastic prison, we can go over the figure, but first and foremost, we must go over all of these beautiful accessories here that Mattel has given us with this Terry Funk. Of course, you've got two different sets of interchangeable hands. As you can tell, we've got a set of Mike/branding iron holding hands. If you didn't know, that's going to be like the first accessory we'll kind of talk over here, because the cloth goods are way too good to put them first here. But honestly, I don't know, it's just, this is honestly blowing my mind so far, getting this Terry Funk in hand. He of course does come with a set of fist hands, but that's it. No other interchangeable hands for Mr. Funker here. But, like I did mention, he does come with this branding iron. I think this is definitely a lot better looking compared to his original Elite from, what, like Series 46 or some shit like that? I don't even know. I can't remember how long ago that was. But, well, at least his first mainline Elite. I think there was a couple of Terry Funks in the early Legends wave, but don't quote me on that, as I didn't really follow the early Legends wave as well as I probably should have. But other than that, you know, we do have three different pieces of entrance gear or entrance accessories, whatever you would like to call them. First things first, we're going to go over this rubber hat. It's actually a nice soft material. Fits quite well over Terry Funk's head. And it's got a nice blue, what would technically be, I'm assuming, a leather strap with like braided like hair coming off of it or something of that nature. It looks really fucking cool. I do really dig this accessory, I'm not gonna lie. Speaking of other accessories I dig, we've got Terry Funk's poncho. Honestly, really nice cloth in here. I can't exactly like pinpoint the fabric, but it's like a really soft, kind of like a fuzzy-ish feeling fabric, but not like super fuzzy, if you guys get what I mean. But yeah, designing on this is quite nice. The material is quite nice. And then we can get into the best part, in my opinion, as far as cloth goods go, and that would be his assless chaps, just because I love the way the designing is on the assless chaps here from the stars with the actual, you know, like fucking sewed in loops here. These aren't just, or well, maybe they are printed on. God damn. That actually kind of had me fucking up a little bit because of that right there. I almost thought I was actually feeling them. Not gonna front, but you do have the stretchy band here. Not super stretchy. I wouldn't say like stretch the shit out of it, but it is a really nice quality feel here. Don't mind my little fuck up from a second ago with this piece here. I genuinely thought I was feeling those little tassels there, but I don't know. It does look really clean though, in my opinion, and it does Velcro from the back with a super tight waist fit in my opinion, so that'll fit quite nice around the Terry Funk. It did in the package, so I can't imagine it won't once you do put it back on. But speaking of Mr. Terry himself, we've got this beautiful Terry Funk head scan. Nice little screaming expression there. Normally I don't care for standard set screaming expressions on the figures, especially if there's no other head scan. But to be quite honest here, Terry Funk, I imagine, is one of those guys who would constantly be screaming backstage, just walking around calling people a yellow-bellied coward or just something of that nature, just going off and crashing out. Speaking of him crashing out, we've got the Terry Funk torso, a nice unique-ish torso. I don't really think you see this too often on many other people. It does kind of remind me of the Steve Austin torso with how often we see it. I want to say this is literally the only time we ever see this torso is the Terry Funk torso. Either way, enough said. You've got some standard plain, just double jointed arms. No wrist tape or nothing here to note. Nothing here to really note on the main portion of the tights itself. Just standard all black. But once you get into the, I guess you could say underneath the tights, like the normal tights, not the tight shorts or the Speedo looking tights. Because if I recall correctly, he would wear like a standard pair of tights and then he would wear like a black pair of trunks up over when he did looks like this. I don't know, I mean maybe I'm wrong, but feel free to let me know if I'm actually right about that, because I want to say I heard that. Either way, we've got the nice blue tights with the white stripe, black knee pads, black boots with white laces and white soles, looking really clean, pristine, and mean. Speaking of clean, pristine, and mean, this figure is posing with the best of them, especially at least for me. You may get a little different, you know, you may not get the same smoothness here that I'm getting when it comes to T-Funker here, but oh, well, that's a great thing to have interrupt the video. Got some little darky on the track, I guess, but what you gonna do? I guess even Do Not Disturb does not interrupt the alarms here, but either way, it doesn't really matter. We've got the nice smooth double jointed arms, the upper bicep swivel, the shoulder rotation, everything is buttery smooth, including the legs here, which do not have D'Lo Brown syndrome, as I like to call it. They are a little stiffy, if you get what I'm saying. You know, they may have taken a little bit of a blue chew, as I mentioned in the other reviews. Kind of a little funny joke. I may want to make a running joke here. I don't know. Maybe let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section down below about the blue chew joke. No, I do not want a sponsorship for Viagra. Trust me. Last thing I fucking need. But we got this all beautiful, articulated Terry Funk here. I can't complain about this whatsoever, especially getting it a little bit cheaper than retail price, seeing on how these figures have not hit sales yet. So I don't know what that be about, but why don't we do a little comparison with the other Terry Funk I own in my collection. So let me bust that out real quick, and maybe we can kind of just get him into his final pose through that or something of that nature. I'm not too sure. Alrighty, you guys, I think this is actually where we are gonna kind of end the video in a sense, but of course, like, don't tune out just yet. We are doing the action figure comparison first, but we are also gonna kind of call this the final pose, as I'm not gonna lie, it is hella late here where I'm at. It's almost midnight as of recording this. It's what, 11:13 now, so we've got a little under an hour, and I would like to get this out for you guys and, well, go to fucking bed realistically. But either way, Both of these Terry Funks are looking mean, pristine, and clean. Both of them pose pretty well, but of course it is nice to have a Terry Funk with the updated torso articulation, or well, not articulation in the torso, but like the updated double jointed arms articulation, and well, just smoother legs in my opinion, as this new Terry is posing like a champ, like an absolute beast, I could say. And honestly, it kind of makes me want to track down the re-release version of this Terry Funk, just because if this one is posing that smooth, it only can make me think that that re-release version of this Terry poses just as, if not even smoother than this Terry. But what do I know? I do not have that figure in hand, and in fact, this is actually about the Legend Series 27 Terry Funk here in the blue. Not this one, not the re-release, not the many other Terry Funks that now do currently exist out there in the world. What do I have to say when it comes down to Terry fucking Funk here in the blue? Well, honestly, I wish I would have had this figure when I did MJF versus Terry Funk, because godly, that match would have been killer. And speaking of killer, that's exactly the ranking I'm going to give this figure, because this is a gnarly pickup. If you're a fan of Terry Funk, honestly, I guarantee this is going to be a figure for you. If you're not trying to chase down his Ultimate Edition, if you're not a fan of those, maybe you even are, but you're just not trying to pay Ultimate Edition money for a Terry Funk. Whatever the case may be for you, this Terry Funk, in my opinion, is a must-get figure, a must-have, a must-buy, especially when they tend to go on sale like Legends figures usually do. This Terry Funk is going to be maybe one of the best Legends figures of the year, if not maybe at least top 10, maybe if not top 20 figure of 2025 in my opinion, and that's why I'm going to give this man a good solid 9.5 out of 10. Damn near close to a perfect figure. My only little itty bitty gripe with this man is that we couldn't have gotten a head scan a little bit more similar to this. I'm not saying we had, we need the balding. I'm not saying we need that at all. But what I'm saying is we need a little bit more of a straight standard expression for this Terry. Because, like, what am I going to do having him yell all the time? I don't want him to be yelling all the time. Well, him being a crash out might be the way to go in the Fed. But I don't know. I grew up more on this version of Terry Funk than I did on this Terry Funk. So, kind of having like this head scan for the longest time, I'm more preset on the like straight face Terry Funk scan. Maybe that's just me, I don't know, but this figure is still damn near perfect. And with that being said, on that good old Dave Meltzer star scaling, the good old 1 to Young Buck match, what would I rank this figure on a scale of 1 to 5 stars? I gave him a good solid 9 out of 10, so it only makes sense to give him that good solid 4.5 out of 5 stars. But with that all being said, I don't have any alarms interrupting me this time, so we are going to sign out of here. So if you guys enjoyed the video, maybe like the video if you would. After all, we hope you do enjoy the video content here. I'm kind of fucking up my intro here, I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, if you guys liked the video, feel free to like the video. If you guys did not, well, womp womp, I guess. But if you guys did like the video, feel free to maybe go check out some of my other action figure content here for you guys on YouTube. We've got plenty, and I mean plenty galore. We just uploaded 2 new ones the other day, aka 3 or 4 if you want to count the Build-A-Figure. I don't know if you want to count Nick Aldis or not, but we reviewed 3 figures not even just a day ago, gonna be 2 days ago now, but we've got a few other reviews out here. This is that matchup I was talking about with MJF versus Terry Funk. If you haven't seen this beauty of a match yet, I highly recommend you go watch that. highly recommend you go watch that as well. I don't know why you haven't seen that yet, but if you haven't, there's plenty of pick-fed content up on my channel that I feel like you guys will enjoy and stuff. So what are you waiting for? Maybe go hop on that bandwagon and go watch those videos if you would like to. But, you know, before you do that, I'm not going to bust out a tiny violin. I'm not going to start singing In the Arms of the Angels. But I am going to ask if you guys could, before you do decide to either hop off and go to a different video and or just hop off entirely, if you guys could, feel free to subscribe. After all, it is free to subscribe, and we are currently on the road to 433 subscribers. So if you guys, on the road to 433 subscribers. I completely fucked that up. We are currently at 433 subscribers, and we are on the road to 500, the good old 1,000 subs. So what are you waiting for? If you guys enjoyed it that much, feel free to subscribe. I know I fucked up a little bit here, but I'm not gonna guarantee I fuck up every video, though I kinda do, let's be honest. But that's alright. At the end of the day, I enjoy what I do, and hopefully you enjoy watching what I do, whether it's fucking up, doing it right, and or just being a beast when it comes to doing some of these pick-fetting matches that I've been putting out as of late, because goddamn. But, you know, speaking of that, I'm not going to announce the name of the show or nothing, but I do have a banger couple of matches that will be featured as a part of a show coming out in October. And as long as everything sticks to plan, man, I technically already worked on it. I'm just waiting for homie to feel better on his end because he sadly broke his wrist, so that's not really a great thing for him, but homie's a champ. He's even trying to pick fed with one hand, so if he can do it, you can fucking do it. I don't want to hear excuses. But either way, I don't have anything much else to say. Just hopefully you're excited to see this arena in action here soon, because I will be uploading those matches here to YouTube come next month in October. Sorry that you gotta wait, but next month we should have plenty of pick-fed content for you guys to, quote for quote, feast your eyes on. And with that being said, I digress. Enough said. Whatever the fuck you'd like to say. Have a good rest of your day, night, evening, whatever the case may be. I don't know, because I'm not in your time zone, and if it's hot as balls, I ain't going, bro. I ain't going. But, yeah, on that note, deuces, oozes, yay.